Well, good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana weather. It is 7:48 a.m. Eastern Time here on this Sunday morning, and temperatures not too bad over the area, holding in the 40s, mid 40s down here around the Evansville area, upper 30s already a little bit north, mid 30s a little further north of that, and we've got some rain headed our way, what will potentially mix with a little bit of wintry precipitation this afternoon, and we'll talk about that here in just a second, as well as our updated snow maps. All right. Today's video update is sponsored by High Voltage Mobile DJ Service. You can contact Nathan at 630-9465 or visit him on the web at djhighvoltage.com. And we're also sponsored by Metal Magic in Washington. For all of your hail repair needs, call Chad at 698-8555. All right, let's put radar into motion here. You can see a band of some precipitation moving northward. In fact, if we just switch over, if you go to our website at southernindianaweather.com and you click on interactive radar, this is actually our great interactive radar product that you can use. It zooms in tightly over southwest Indiana, but you can zoom it out and you can get the regional view as well, and you can see a heavy precipitation shield is moving our way, so we're certainly, most of us at least, will see some rain today. Now, it's still in question as to how many of us will end up seeing some snow out of this. We'll talk about those details in a moment, all right? Winter weather advisory for most of us in southern Indiana, really here in Pike, Gibson, Spencer, Warwick, Vanderburgh, and Posey. You're actually under this as well. I don't know why my program has dropped you off the map. I know National Weather Service in Paducah did send a revised update to the advisory, and maybe that's why it is not showing up right now. But y'all are still under it, so really we'll just sort of draw it on the map. The advisory extends sort of like this in Indiana all the way through. So if you're north of here, you're not under an advisory. If you are in this, then you are underneath of an official advisory. And this is really where I think the majority of the snow is going to accumulate. North of this line, say, if you're in Martin, Davies, Knox, Lawrence, and north, I think that you're going to have a hard time seeing much of anything. I won't rule out some flakes falling from the sky, but you're going to have a hard time seeing much of anything stick. In fact, even in some of our advisory area counties, I think we're going to have a hard time seeing much stick. That's just the nature of this beast. Let's take a look at the latest HRRR model, the HRRR. This is our highest resolution model, and it's a very short-term model, and it only goes out for just a handful of hours, but it gives us an idea. And you can see how this precipitation shield grows here by about 10. And ignore the time up here. It is not adjusted yet for Eastern time, so it's still one down, even though it says EDT. You see how this precipitation shield moves through. But you notice how it stays mostly confined to southern Indiana and really points north of, say, south of Bedford, see much of anything. And then north of that, you're going to have a hard time getting much of anything out of this. You can see maybe just a little bit of snow accumulation mixing in here, but notice the 32-degree freezing line well to our north according to the HRRR model, so you would have a hard time getting much of anything to stick. We take a look at the high resolution NAM, which is a 4-kilometer model. It's a little bit lower resolution than the HRRR, but not by much. Still our next best high resolution model, and it goes out a lot longer, so we'll show you this. We put this into motion. Here's that heavy precipitation shield moving through. And again, it's some light rain potentially for some of us, but here we are during this afternoon hours, and you see the temperature starts to go below freezing in some areas according to this. And it's sort of sporadic, but you also notice it maybe mixes in with a little bit of sleet, a little bit of snow at times, but it's not a very heavy precipitation. And it doesn't turn into a heavy snow event really until you get over here, which is where the storm is really going to blow up and dump some fairly significant accumulations out. For us, it's not going to be that significant of an event. We take a look, in fact, at what the high-resolution NAM is saying for snowfall accumulations. You can see really from about Louisville on here is where you get some decent pockets. It's saying a decent pocket right up here to maybe to the Posey County area, and then not much for the rest of us. As far as for what I think about this, I don't think that you're going to see a ton of accumulation back here. I'm not sure that pushes as far into southwest Indiana. You'll see that on my forecasted map in a minute. Regular NAM, the lower resolution, just the normal NAM, it takes about a 2-inch or so swath over near the Ohio River for most of us. GFS is seeing very minor accumulations. It actually gives us less than a dusting for many of us. A 1/2 inch to an inch may be possible. by the time you get around Harrison County and then a couple inches northward here. I think the NAM's got a pretty reasonable handle on this for once, and I kind of favor this snow map a little bit. On a personal note, I'm sick of the snow and I don't want the snow, so that might be one reason I favor it. But scientifically, it looks pretty reasonable compared to what I actually can observe right now. You know, the reality is, excuse me, reality is our temperatures are, I mean, we're sitting at 39 degrees here, so it's going to have to significantly fall for anything to stick. Will this afternoon. Pretty confident of that, especially with the north winds that's going to be expected a little bit later on today. But beyond that, it's going to have to cool significantly enough for road temperatures to cool as well. If we just take a look at what road temperatures are doing right now on NDOT's website, they have this great site that you can click on these. Let's just click on some of these. Here's the road sensor down at the Bird's Eye exit here on Indiana 64, and the surface temperature on the roads are still 45 degrees. So, and it's actually, they say the air temperature at that site is 46. I find that maybe just a little bit hard to believe, but it's on warm pavement, so that these are going to be skewed just a little bit. Probably more like 40. That would line up with what's in the rest of the area. But road temperatures, not bad at all. Go to the Evansville area. I-164. All right, if I can get this down here. 164 here. We're looking at 48 degrees for the road temperatures. Over in the Louisville area, 44 and 42 for their road temperature. So you get the point here that road conditions right now, the temperatures are way too warm for anything to stick. So even if we do get some snow to fall out of this, it's going to have a hard time sticking initially. And we'll see what it does from there. Road temperatures are going to have to drop significantly. So I think if we get anything much out of this, it's going to be more of a grassy accumulation type of an event. Here's my revised snow map for today. And again, if you're outside of this blue area, I don't think you're going to see much to speak of. You may see some of the precipitation going as far north as up in here. But is it going to stick? Probably not. Might see a trace, but I highly doubt that. Really, what I think that you're going to see anything have a chance of sticking is here in the blue and pink areas. In the blue areas, basically you've got about less than an inch is what I'm thinking that you're going to see in here, or maybe up to an inch. A dusting to an inch, or in some cases not even a dusting. You may see the flakes fly and it may not stick. Best chance for an inch or more of accumulation is in the red area here that I've outlined, and it's down near the Louisville area. May graze some of our southern counties here. Might see up to 2 inches in some isolated spots in that area. But again, not a significant accumulation event by any means. All right, folks, go to southernindianaweather.com. You can get your Ubelor and Sons 7-day forecast. Go here at the top, hover over and click on 7-day forecast, or even just click there. It'll give you the same thing. Falling through the 30s this afternoon. We're already at 39 here at the Huntingburg Airport. We're still at 44 at the Evansville Airport. So eventually we'll all fall into the 30s and down through the 30s in the afternoon. Rain likely early this morning, as you see on the radar. This is going to push our way. Eventually it will change over to some sleet mixing in with the snow. Again, not a huge event. Winter weather advisory is in effect for some of us as temperatures fall, but just minor accumulations possible. We're going down to about 24 for low tonight. Winds are the big story. They're whipping out of the north roughly at around 20 to 25 miles per hour. So some caution when you're out there driving, if nothing else, just for the winds. No official wind advisory in effect today. It's just very, very breezy. Cold tomorrow, only up to 44, but the warming trend continues after that. 58 on Tuesday. 56 on Wednesday, mostly cloudy with a little bit of rain possible on that day. And then look at next weekend. Some absolutely beautiful weather shaping up. Maybe a little bit of showers, potentially. Sun and clouds with some showers on Saturday. But we return to a little bit more normal weather at least. And boy, is that ever going to be nice. All right. That is it for today's video, folks. Be sure you keep it right here. I will be out and about this afternoon, actually at my niece's birthday party when this is falling, so I may make a few updates from my phone to Facebook as needed. But always go over to southernindianaweather.com and click on Interactive Radar, folks, and you can watch exactly what's happening from there. All right. Again, not a huge event for us today. Pretty much just minor accumulations. All right. That's it for today. For Southern Indiana Weather, I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Have a great day, folks, and enjoy your Lord's Day.